It's like 6 in the morning, Saturday. I'm going to get the fire going and stuff so we can start getting heat. Actually, I just got it started. The whole fire's burning nice. So anyways, this stuff is set up pretty dang good because we're able to keep the shop heated for a while. So this stuff feels really good, but I'd like to get it hot, let it bake for the last couple hours before we get going for the day. So I'm gonna get that fire going and I'm gonna turn on the fan so we can get our ducting going and start heating everything. I'm not gonna lie, I might go back to sleep until Russ gets here, but I'd like to get this started at least. What time is it, Russ?
Well, it's time to hang the sheet metal and spray the outside.
Technically, it's not sheet metal; it's fiberglass, but you know,
Well,
you get it.
fiberglass, sheet metal, whatever.
What is it, like 8:30 or something like that? Somewhere between 8:30 and 9. Home fire is burning. It's really nice in here. We're just gonna get this cranking, get this going. So, a couple of exciting things. As you guys saw this morning, everything's coated on the inside, and that's dried. So now we're gonna hang this all up and get going on the outside. A couple dents we gotta fix, and we'll kind of show you how that's going. And yeah, I mean, anything you want to add, bud?
No, that's where we're at. We'll keep it going here. We're gonna hang a little more plastic and start spraying.
Start spraying,
spray it.
get all the fun angles, you know what I mean? With this kind of project and everything, we haven't really talked through one yet, so this one's kind of our first one, but we just want to bring you guys along and show you how this goes. So stay tuned.
Once we start hanging sheet metal on there, once we start masking, we'll show you how we mask it, why we mask it. Like we said earlier, the key to all this is the prep, and that's what gives you a better end result, the prep and the product.
And so there's a little bit of fixing that we got to do here. There's a dent up there on the roof that we're going to fix.
A couple small ones in the
A
hood.
couple small ones in the hood. Just kind of like that final prep before we do our full spray. So when we do our full spray, there's a primer coat, then there's the base coat, which is mostly colored, and then there's that top coat, which creates that UV stabilization. So we're going to walk you through the process, show you how that looks mixing it. We're going to keep you updated through that. We'll keep going.
So here's the dent we were talking about earlier. I tried pushing it out a little bit from the inside, but I didn't quite have the right tool. So next step is I'm just going to take the paint off through the low spots here. And then I've got a dent puller. We'll weld a couple nails to it, bring that out, get the metal back to its correct form, and then we'll start putting a little filler on there.
That dent's pretty serious. I mean, you brought a lot of it out, but it's still...
Yeah, a lot of it
Still
through here
crumpled.
came out, but
Yeah,
we're
it's still crumpled in there pretty good.
So what we're going to use to straighten that dent out, there's a lot better equipment than this. We got the old trusty Chicago Electric Harbor Freight Special here. It works for the garage. But,
Works great for the garage. I mean, that's what most people are going to do anyways, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not my dent puller of choice, but it's going to work in this situation because there's a lot better dent pullers out there. So what this does is it welds these little pins to it. You can see that down in the dent, welds the pins to it, and then we got a little slide hammer that hooks to the pins. And what it'll do is take and just move that metal out just a little bit, just enough to see that kind of moving out.
Yeah, you can kind of walk it out.
Not fully out here, but I got to come back and forth and.
Yeah, because you can't work the metal out in one spot all the way. You
Gotta,
kind of have to pull it all evenly. Ooh, that's drawn out quite a bit.
so you can do this yourself. I mean, I don't know what those dent pullers cost now, but I think they're pretty cheap at Harbor Freight. That and really just a couple of those nails and a really good hammer. So once that starts pulling, I've got some high spots that usually I'll put a little pressure on the hammer, but I got to work a couple of these high spots out. Then I'll weld a few more nails here, a couple here, and then it's a little low here.
So right now you can kind of see these fiberglass fenders have a little bit of a fitment issue right here. A fitment issue, Russell. So we got a little bit of a fitment issue, and what we're going to try to do is fix some of that. The big problem that we're having is it's actually rubbing on the door right here. I'm going to show them what that looks like, Russ, and move that door. So right now it's detached, but whenever these are all the way cinched up, the door is rubbing right there on that fiberglass. So liner adds a little bit of thickness there, so we want to make sure that it's, you know, in a good alignment here to the hood, to the front end.
We got a tool, right? That's the tool. It's going to fix it all.
Yeah, call that the screaming reamer, right?
Yeah. Ream those holes out and be able to move it. Should be able to move it anywhere we need it.
Better than shimming it or anything, but if you look right here on this side, we just fitment up this side too.
Yeah, the only challenge we have here, it's a little wider here, but overall, we got a pretty uniform hood gap. We got a the door gap
pretty good,
is
defined.
tremendously better than when it came in. Pretty even. I mean, as even as we can get it without recreating the line on the part. So they definitely don't fit like an OE part.
No. So
we'll get them as close as we can. It'll be good. Truck all prepped, all masked, got it warm in here. We're ready to mix the primer and get the primer on. We'll start mixing product and we'll show you how that's going to look when we start laying that down. The primer I use just a 50-50 mix. That is just one medium wet coat that goes on. It's a really nice and sticky primer that helps bond the product really well. So here we go.
Russ is going to go over here and clean out that gun, and we have to let this flash for about 10 to 15 minutes. You can kind of see it turned out really good, some really good coverage. This stuff right here is etching primer. Basically there was exposed steel from when the tailgate was repaired and then around the handle where it was prepped. We just didn't want any exposed metal, so it's better to etch prime that so it sinks in, creates a good seal, and then prime over that with our specialty primers. So we're going to get that going, and we're going to start mixing product. So what we're doing now is we're mixing our color in with our coating. So what you do is you take this and you pour it in there. And you're gonna get that all mixed in, and then we're gonna mix it with, there's a part A and a part B, and you gotta mix them together. And that creates our really, really strong bond that we have. So what he's doing is he's mixing that in. Okay, we'll call that good. Okay. And then you just shake it. So now we got the lid off, and check that out. Clear. It is clear all the way to the bottom. It's kind of crazy. Like we were showing you, we put the color in there. Now,
The gallon can is just a little bit shy of a full gallon by the time we put the hardener, which is the part B in there, fills it up, and then we'll mix it. Got to mix it for about 90 seconds, gives it a perfect consistency, ready to spray at about 90 seconds.
So then what we're gonna do now is mix in that color, and then the drill over there on the right hand side of the table, we're just gonna use that just like we did last night. We're just gonna go ahead and get everything mixed up and ready for spraying. We just have to make sure the primer has been flashed properly. So well, Russ, what do you think?
Looks good. Got her drying out, ready to let her set for a few hours.
Yeah, we're gonna top coat this in a little bit. It looks aggressive. So this is that 1G3, so this has metallics in it, which you really can't see until it dries out. But just look at how aggressive that's gonna be. That's awesome. So we're excited about that. But I think we're tired, so we're gonna go call it a night. Russ needs nap.
Beauty sleep.
Alright guys, so we just got the top coat down. Look, you can see the sparkle. And you can see that gray. That 1G3, you can see the metallic. Makes the truck look really aggressive, but really clean. I think it looks great. Holy smokes. Russ is over there cleaning his guns out, making sure that everything stays functioning. I mean, you can see that shine. That's crazy. That top coat brings out the best.
Well, everyone, we're back in here. What is it, Monday night?
Monday night.
We finished spraying Sunday morning, so it is dry, and look how gorgeous that is. So this top coat, which gives it that really nice shine, is what makes it UV stable, and it looks so aggressive. Not exactly the best light in here because it's getting diffused by the plastic, but it looks phenomenal. So Russ is gonna get this unwrapped, and we're gonna set up some better lights and give you guys a full walk around on it, but it looks good. I'm real happy with it. Look at the tailgate too. Tough as nails, baby.